Ladies and gents, welcome to a very special video. I have been wanting to do this for quite some time now. About 2 years ago, I ordered this custom Warmoth neck from Warmoth Guitar and Bass Parts, and it is one of the nicest necks that I've ever played on in my life, hands down. I designed every single bit of this neck, from the neck profile to the wood, to the inlays, to the fretboard, even the scale length. I went with a Gibson 24 3/4 inch conversion, just so I can feel like I'm playing a Les Paul and a Telecaster kind of at the same time. It's a weird experience. And today we're gonna be going back to Warmoth's custom builder, and I'm gonna be building and ordering a custom body. And I wanted to share this experience with you guys because I'm just so fucking excited for this. Before we begin with that, however, I want to go over the neck and show you how I spec'd and designed it over on their online builder. So let's pull that up. So here's what the builder looks like. I am on the Hombre neck builder. I've already filled everything out, and this is what the end product kind of looks like. So I'm gonna go over the specs of the neck, and for the body, I'm gonna go through and build it real time just so you can see what it looks like. So the construction method I went with is the modern tilt-back Gibson scale conversion, which basically converts it to a 24 3/4 inch scale length that you'd find on most Gibsons. For the shaft wood, I went with roasted maple because I live up in Northern Ontario where we get really hot summers and really cold winters. And the thing about roasted maple is that it's very resilient to changes in the climate and the humidity. So I wouldn't need to readjust it as much as a non-roasted neck. And I went with Indian rosewood for the fretboard because it just gives it that really nice antique look. And I went with a 59 roundback neck profile because it was about the closest thing I can get to the neck profile of my Michael Ackerfeld PRS, my main guitar. And I gotta say, it came really close to the wide fat PRS neck profile. I'm pretty surprised by that. For the fretboard radius, I went with their standard 10 to 16 compound because 10 inches is the average for a PRS, and the 16 higher up the neck gives you more of a flat feel for soloing. For the fret size and material, I went with stainless steel medium jumbo frets so that I never have to worry about changing them again. And I went with a Schaller hole size because I wanted Schaller locking tuners on this. Number of frets, just your standard 22. No scallops, no binding. I also went with white pearloid trapezoid inlays and white side dots. I also have a black Tusk XL nut, and of course I'm a huge sucker for satin nitro necks, so I had to make this one satin nitro. All right, let's get to the part you're all here for, building and ordering the body. So for the body shape, it was a really tough call. There are a lot of good options on here, but I went with the Diamondback for a couple reasons. First of all, it's one of the cheaper options because it doesn't have a laminate top, so I can keep costs down wherever I can. Secondly, I find it was a little more customizable than some of the other models. And thirdly, I have a soft spot for SGs in general. I mainly played on an SG for a while, so I wanted something a little more familiar. Now, my only concern with a Diamondback body or an SG style body was the neck dive and if that was going to be a concern with this. So I emailed Warmoth customer support beforehand to ask if this was going to be an issue. And they said it shouldn't be because the body's a little thicker than most SG style guitars, which is a really good thing. I'm kind of going for a thicker body with this. Anyway, let's begin building. So for construction, the only option is solid, so I'm gonna go with that. Core wood, I'm gonna go with mahogany because it's the classic Gibson material, and it's relatively affordable too compared to some of the other options. Right-handed, because I'm right-handed, obviously. Rear route is our only option for control cavity routing, so we're gonna go with that. The neck pickup route, we're just gonna go with standard humbucker. I'm not gonna bother with the 24 fret reposition because the neck that I already have is a 22 fret, there's no point. Middle pickup route, we don't need one. Bridge pickup route, we're gonna go humbucker again. For controls, I'm just gonna do the works. Full SG controls. For the jack route, good question. So for a football jack plate, I am going to want a 3/4 or 19 millimeter. Bridge route type, hardtail. And the bridge that I want on this, decisions. Hip shot. I'm most comfortable with flat bridges, and I think it might look cool in an SG. Mounting holes, just the standard 4 bolt, same as the neck that I have. Neck pocket shape, we're gonna have to do the Telecaster. The joint on the neck that I have is a Telecaster, and it won't fit a Stratocaster neck pocket, so I have to put Tele for this. As for the custom contoured heel, I am gonna get it. I mean, it's only an extra 35 bucks and it might come in handy. Plus it'll feel a little more like an SG with the upper fret access. Battery box, we're not gonna be needing any of that. And now for the paint. I've got a very specific look in mind. So solid, because since I can't get a laminate top, there's really no point in getting a transparent unless it's like one of those red dye ones that was on my old SG. But no, for this one we're gonna be doing solid, and for the color, vintage white. Vintage white has already proven itself to be a very cool looking combination with this neck, so I just have to go with that. And back color, our only option is vintage white, so you gotta get that. And satin or gloss? Satin. Because this guitar is going to be seeing a lot of camera time on this channel, and I don't want it reflecting these studio lights here. All right, would you look at that? That looks like an absolute beauty. And as you can see up here, we didn't exactly break the bank either. I mean, that's not bad at all for a high-end custom American-made SG body. All right, add to cart. So as I was going through checkout, unfortunately I was notified that they can't ship mahogany outside of the US for some reason. So I'm gonna have to change the body wood to poplar, which is a little unfortunate, but I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. Plus, it's probably gonna make a decent difference in the price. Oh yeah, so it's actually about 50 bucks cheaper anyway, so let's go with that. And now we play the waiting game. About 16 to 18 weeks to be precise, according to their website. You wanna know what a great way to pass the time would be? Hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. And if you wanna help with the financial sting of this video, you should check out my merch store over at the Dillon James Experience.ca, where I sell t-shirts and CDs, as well as my Bandcamp page, and the Bandcamp page for my band Night Tripper. All the links are down below in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me on this very special occasion, and I'll see you next time.